Hey friends, thanks for joining the conversation. So this conversation is all about purpose. So I thought it'd be nice for us all to go around, say our name, and then say what you wanted to be when you grew up. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when you were younger, what do I want to be when I grow up? So I'll start. Maureen, hello. And I wanted to be a dancer. Yeah.
So I'm Othniel, and I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer, which basically means you fix planes, because I thought you can fix a whole plane by yourself, but you can't, so I stopped.
When you were what age?
8.
You wanted to be in her.
Yeah. Aeronautical engineer, just so you can fix, basically someone who fixes a plane. Yeah.
Nice. You gave up on it because you couldn't do it on your own.
Yeah, you can't do it by yourself, so it's that's a bit boring.
Okay, cool.
I'm Steph. I think I wanted to be a dolphin trainer.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's quite fun.
Wow.
Like that. I'm Jake. I wanted to be a kind of obvious, but a footballer. Standard, you know what I mean?
And are you a footballer now?
I am, actually, yeah. 5-a-side in my No, to be honest,
your need, that's why.
I got my friend's dad had a football team and they called me and said, "Do you want to play?" My parents were like, "No, you got to go to Sunday club, Sunday school in church." So that's why I'm not a professional footballer. Wow. Shame, sad times, but...
Well, I'm Sharon, and it took me a while to remember what I wanted to be, but I do believe I wanted to be an air hostess. And the reason why I wanted to be an air hostess, I wanted to travel around the world for free. So I thought, they seem to be traveling everywhere and they look kind of good and didn't like the serving people bit, but you had to put up with something.
Did you want to do the
Yeah.
Dreams. Okay, so that's what we wanted to be. I guess we thought that was what our purpose was going to be in life, etc., etc. But I think we'll dive right in. Purpose. I don't know about you guys, but purpose for me, it's like you say something over and over and again. You're like, what does it even mean? So I thought I'd just throw purpose in the middle, and we just go, what do you think of when you first hear purpose?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Justin Bieber, purpose tour.
That's all I was about to say, Justin Bieber.
That was right there and then, but...
Yeah. I mean, I think of intent.
Yeah.
That's what, to be purposeful is to be intentional. That's what comes to mind for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I kind of think of what, similar to intent, what's the intention of this, what is this made for, why is a question that comes to you when thinking about purpose, and what's the end goal, that kind of stuff.
That's interesting. I was thinking about this recently, and I was thinking that purpose is your mission. I kind of feel like it's your mission. So it's something that I should do, rather than I have to do it. I should do it. Yeah. I have to fulfill something within me to become whole. I have to do that. So, it's kind of how purpose felt to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
Besides Justin Bieber.
I reckon Justin Bieber and just meaning and as you said, why? Yeah. Why am I here? What am I doing? Probably a lot of questions come in purpose because most often it's what is my purpose? What am I meant to be doing? And it comes with a lot of confusion as well. But those kind of thoughts. Yeah,
and it often gets linked to again, we started with what do we do? What do you want to be? I think purpose, and this for me, I wanted to be a dancer. That was my purpose in life. All I wanted to do. Yeah. So it's always linked, not always, but I find it's linked to what we do. Yeah. And I guess that's quite difficult because...
It's interesting. When my parents used to say to me, when they asked me, what are you going to do once you've finished your education? What are you going to do? And my purpose was to make money. That's what I want to do. I want to make money. My dad used to say, no, that's not your purpose. You have to have a purpose. He was almost like, what is your purpose? Why did I give birth? Why did your mom give birth to you? You have a purpose. Go find your purpose. And then he used to say, well, you might find your purpose on a journey. So your purpose may not be now, but you may find your purpose on your journey through I think he was really telling me to go back into education or stick with education, because you're going to find your purpose once you start down that path. So it's a road we travel, I think, in finding that.
Can I throw like a little not curveball, but like just I had a picture in my head about purpose and like, because for me it's like you have the creator, then you have like the object which fulfills the purpose, and it's like if you take a cup for example, the cup was made to like drink water from. That's what whoever made it for. But I could take this cup and like turn it upside down and use it to hold my phone. That's the purpose I have identified for this cup. So it's kind of like with purpose you can have, I guess, like created or intended purpose, but then you can also have like a subjective or like interpret. This is what I'm using it for. That's the purpose thingy. So it's like there's like almost two sides to the argument in that aspect, which makes it even more confusing because you have something you're supposed to do, which is what you said, but then you have something you're doing, which both could be right at the same time, but at the same time, which is right. Yeah.
So does that mean then, let me ask you then, does that mean that you have to activate, do you have to activate your purpose? Is that something that we think? Because in order to, you have to kind of cultivate it, right? You have to activate it for it to become the water, you know, to put the water into the glass, for the glass to meet its purpose in us drinking. You have to activate that by putting something in it. So.
Yeah, so essentially you have to like seek it, find it, and once you know it, you do it. Is that what you mean by activate? Yeah. From my perspective, again, it depends on what you classify as true purpose. It's like, is it purpose is only purposeful if it's the intended purpose, or is purpose still purpose if it's not what it was intended for, but it still serves like some sort of use, like it's still useful for me to put my phone in this cup and watch something. It's doing something, it's helping me thingy.
I feel like you're talking like the difference between, or asking about design and how, what's the word? Pliable is, what's the word? When you can use it for more than one purpose, you know what I mean? Like how...
Multifunctional? I know that's not a word, but that's it.
Can a design be? Yeah. How multifunctional can a design be? You know what I mean? Like, as in like, you know what I mean? This cup has got this shape, but I can do all kinds of stuff with it. I could put water, I could put a plant in it. I could put my jewelry in it. You know, you can hold stuff with it. And is there a wrong way to use a design is kind of,
you
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is that cup still purposeful if it's got a plant in it?
I think so.
But then it's like, okay, but then how do we live our true, like, fully, you know, how do we know, okay, God, you've given me this purpose, this is what I'm doing?
I think this is when you expand your idea of purpose. You know?
And I think we like, because for me anyways, like all I wanted to do was be a dancer. In my mind, and this was before I knew God, in my mind, that was my purpose in life. That was it. Tell me anything else and I'd be like, no, excuse me, I know what I'm doing. Then met Jesus, learned a lot. And then actually, like, all of a sudden, I don't know, I just fell out of dance. So then I actually found it really hard because I'd put all my thing in, this cup can only do one thing. And then I met Jesus and then it all kind of changed. But then I was so frustrated because I was like, but then what, like, what is my purpose in life? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think we confine it to like the one thing rather than going, it can actually, we can broaden our thinking to what, because I'm sure God wants to do so much with us, not just be a dancer.
Yeah, because the other thing with that thought is it puts forth, like when you were saying the idea of maybe you haven't found it today, but you'll find it, it makes it sound like there's not purpose in today. You know what I mean? Unless I have achieved or figured out or whatever else. And I don't think that that's true. You know what I mean? Like, even for my 9-year-old, He has no idea, you know, or me when I thought I was going to be a dolphin trainer, like, it wasn't like I was on hold to be purposeful.
Yeah.
It was what's really in your hand today,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and that is that's often where I think we feel frustrated and lost and purposeless when we go, oh, but that. You know, we grow up in school going, okay, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? That's your purpose. But it's like, but then the work that you do isn't purposeful. Do you know what I mean? Or the conversation you have isn't purposeful.
So your journey then, your journey starts from today, from the day you were born. So your purpose is to live. Your purpose is then to become what the Creator has created you to become. But every day, I agree with you, every day your purpose is there. Yeah. So I often think about when young people talk to each other at school, like at primary school, and they said, nobody spoke to me today. Well, someone's purpose that day was to go and speak to that child and make them feel good about themselves. Yeah. And so at that even basic childlike level, they have purpose. Yeah. Sometimes it's for other people to show them. They need some guidance in understanding that. But that's a purpose. When somebody's kind to someone, that's actually using their purpose.
And it gives that person purpose because it gives them value, doesn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Which is almost why it's so important that we do expand our understanding so that we don't diminish, you know what I mean, every stage of somebody, you know, including as a child. Like you have to understand that purpose is in the details of life and in the little things, like the is it the Westminster Catechism that they said that our chief thing is to glorify God and enjoy Him forever.
Yeah.
That's the basic of it.
Yeah.
And you can do that at any age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if we make purpose out to be this calling that you'll one day figure out, then you grow up thinking like, oh, I'm not really doing anything today. Yeah.
And it just becomes wasteful. Because
you're wasting the rest of your life.
Because then it goes from like, is our purpose doing, or is it just actually just being with God? You know what I mean? That's why we're created, right? To be in relationship with Him, and share that then with other people, what that looks like. Does God care? Nah, I don't know. I think we care more than He does. And as we finish, we need to see the purpose of this cup in the form of your phone being in it.
We're going to try, so... Oh, no.
But it can still hold your phone.
It can still hold my phone. Purpose redefined. Multifunctional phone. Beautiful.